Welcome to PrimeTech Automotive YouTube, guys. Hope you guys doing okay. So here's the timing toolkit for Ford Fiesta and Ford EcoSport. Here's the timing marks and everything. So I attached this to the video to making sure you're doing the correct, following correct procedure. So that's the crank lock, camshaft lock, and also previously I have showed the flywheel lock, which I'm not using on this time when I work on this car. So the original car I'm working on, 2013 Ford EcoSport. That's where you lock the crankshaft prior to removing the crank pulley. So that's the main important step, guys. So do not remove the crank pulley without locking the crankshaft. So I'm just attaching the crankshaft TDC locking tool, which is the top dead center. What I'm going to do, just once I insert the tool, I'll turn the engine clockwise and take the number 1 cylinder to top dead center. To see whether it's a correct position, I have used a screwdriver after removing the spark plug. Here I'm using my one of my camshaft holder to hold the crankshaft and using my impact wrench to remove the crank bolt, because I don't want to remove the starter motor and use a special tool to lock the flywheel to lock the crankshaft. So if you are not sure, if you are not comfortable with this procedure, please follow as per the workshop manual. Remove starter motor and lock the flywheel before removing this. So I have used my impact wrench and loosened the crankshaft bolt. And next step is, before removing the crank pulley out, I am going to put a mark against the crankshaft and the pulley. So then you know you haven't turned it, and when you put it back together, you can put it in the same spot. And another reason you don't need to put too much force into the crankshaft, because you will bend the TDC lockup tool. Next step is I lock the camshaft by using the tool. So it's pretty easy, guys. Just follow the procedure and use the tools, and a straightforward job. And now next step is I'm just removing the timing belt auto tensioner. It's 13 mil bolt. Or just a struggle. It was a bit tight. I don't know if the previous person has over torqued or who knows, guys. So once you remove the tensioner, you can remove the timing belt out from the engine. So on this procedure, I'm not replacing any crank or cam seals because there are no leaks, and also I haven't seen those seals are leaking. It's a pretty common issue. Here with the tool, the spots I have showed, that's where you need to line up the camshaft lockup tool. Yeah, so that's it. So next step is I'm just installing the new timing belt. Insert towards the crank pulley, and also see the actual crankshaft turning freely. It's not the crankshaft, the actual sprocket, because the sprocket can stay anywhere without any issues. But I have put a mark to the previous, like, before I remove it. So then it's easier when you put it back together, you can put it in the same spot. Yeah, so the timing belt has installed. Now I'm just tensioning installing the timing belt tensioner, and also I have torqued the timing tensioner to a correct torque. I will put on the description how much the torque is. So once you done the torque and install the timing belt tensioner and the belt correctly, you can remove the pin on the tensioner, and then you can remove the timing camshaft lockup tool. And yeah, finally you can install all the timing covers back together, and the engine mount, whatever the components you have removed. So the last step I'm going to do, installing the cam pulley to the crankshaft using my previously marked locations, and new crank pulley bolt has to replace always. Just slightly tighten by using impact ring, and also I'm using the cam pulley holder again to hold the crankshaft in the previous position correctly, and use my impact rings to tighten up. Please don't ask, guys. I did not torque the crankshaft pulley. And once everything done, sorted, final step, before you start the engine, take the TDC lockup tool, which is the crankshaft TDC marking tool, and then put the adapter back in. Yeah, the job pretty much done. Follow the steps. It's pretty easy, guys. Thanks for watching. Check my channel, subscribe and like my videos. Comment if you have any ideas. It's always appreciated. Yeah, share my videos and support my channel. Thank you very much.